What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of the Red Brand, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including WWE bringing back the spinner belt, bad news for WWE Raw, Charlotte Flair returning as a super heel, a huge CM Punk match announced, a WWE superstar gets engaged, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. As always, we won't recap the show, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, Drew McIntyre's message of malice. Drew McIntyre's latest message of malice dispelled any doubts about why he's targeting anyone who supports CM Punk or Roman Reigns. McIntyre's comments may not have justified his recent attacks on superstars such as Sami Zayn and Jey Uso, but they give fans a clear idea what's driving the Scottish Warrior. Number 2, Seth sets the record straight. Drew's promo wasn't the only instance of a wrestler explaining why they're so obsessed with an opponent. Seth freaking Rollins' sit-down interview with Jackie Redmond clarified why Rollins can't stand Punk and reinforced the story of Seth being consumed with eliminating Rollins. Seth's interview was also a perfect launchpad for a heel turn should the WWE decide to go down that route. Number 3, New Day heat is unbelievable. Our fans have seen some wild heel heat, but nothing like what's going on with the New Day's Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Now, it's one thing to have fans boo you out of the building, but another to have your own mother, in this case Kofi's mom, walk out on you. As their storyline continues to intensify, it will be interesting to see who the WWE decides to have the New Day square off against. But that was a good. What about the bad? Is number 1, Io Sky shouldn't have won. Now, Io Sky is a tremendous performer and a former world champion, which is exactly why she shouldn't be contending for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Sky's win over Natalya and Alba Fire may add some temporary prestige for whoever beats Sky to win the title. However, the tournament is supposed to be about elevating the undercard, and Natalya and Fire were both better choices to advance, as they could have benefited from the momentum of the win. Number 2, a night of reruns. Triple H's habit of not booking endless rematches was not in effect last night, as Raw featured matches that fans have seen far too often. Even worse, the finishes were awful, whether it was a Judgment Day attacking Damian Priest during his match against Dominic Mysterio, or the Bloodline jumping Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. Number 3, Drew vs Sami, part 30,931. Speaking of endless rematches, why is the WWE subjecting its fans to rematch after rematch between McIntyre and Zayn? The story of a gutsy Zayn refusing to back down from McIntyre fits his character well, but there should be a better way to tell the story than Zayn repeatedly counting the lights for McIntyre. Was there any end to the Alpha Academy versus American Alpha feud? This program has been going on for months, with the beloved babyface faction repeatedly dropping matches to Chad Gable's faction and looking like chumps. This feud should have ended months ago, reducing any payoff for its conclusion. And Wyatt 6 vs Final Testament is stuck in a rut. And then there's a Wyatt 6 vs Final Testament feud, a program that's stuck in a rut. Not so much due to there being several matches between the two groups, but because there's been no development in the storyline. While it's good that the Wyatt 6 haven't dominated the feud, as they did against American Alpha, there should be more to this storyline than the Wyatts losing matches and endless brawls. Now, there was nothing downright ugly. Last night's show was disappointing. While we understand not every show can be a grand slam or a home run, this one seemed like a baseball game with 23 extra innings, with fans waiting for the show to finally end. Let's hope that RAW Netflix will give Raw that huge bang that it's looking for. What did you guys think of the Red Brand last night? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Our first story looks at bad news for Raw. It looks like the WWE Universe will have to sit through commercials when Raw moves to Netflix, much as they've done for the show's entire run. Dr. Chris Featherstone is reporting, "I've been informed that WWE Raw will have ads on Netflix, and that the experience will be similar to previous broadcasts with organic breaks throughout the storyline. It's unclear whether Netflix subscribers who pay a premium for no commercials will have to endure the usual array of commercials, but fans who have the no commercial option for Peacock don't suffer through commercials on PLEs, but watch hype videos and other WWE content, although the WWE still subjects viewers to the insufferable product placement ads disguised as backstage segments. And Netflix's new relationship with the National Football League may offer some insight into the commercial question, as Business Insider reports that Netflix is looking to expand its revenue through live television, which brings in advertising revenue. As a result, Netflix may inform viewers who pay a premium for no ads that the ad-free benefit only applies to regular programming. But fans will know soon enough, as Raw's move to Netflix was just less than 2 weeks away. Next up, Dustin Rhodes decides his future. and Dustin Rhodes has decided whether he wants to stay in AEW or move elsewhere, with the WWE being an obvious choice so he can join his brother Cody Rhodes. Dustin has been in AEW since 2019, but his contract recently ended, leading to much speculation whether he'd stay in AEW or just move on. But now Dustin is telling the fans, "Today I've signed a new multi-year contract with AEW. I want to thank my boss Tony Khan for every opportunity he's given me. Since coming here and being an original since inception, I've truly had the time of my life. Everybody knows my story and how much I've been through in all my years, lost my passion and found it again here in AEW at the first Double or Nothing." Dustin's battle with personal demons are well documented, as his amazing story of recovery and redemption. While Dustin hasn't been a featured star in AEW, he served as a utility player the promotion knows it can always count on. Many fans may be surprised to learn that Dustin's wrestling career began in 1988 when he started competing in championship wrestling from Florida. Dustin reinvented himself several times during his career, and at age 55, he still puts on very strong matches. His experience also makes him an invaluable asset to AEW backstage, and it's a role that he's reportedly enjoyed since first signing with the promotion in 2019. But Dustin went on to tell the fans, saying, "I did not expect this one last ride to last as long as it has. Man, what a run I've had. I will finish my career here at AEW as I feel it is home to me. I've never felt respected in what like I have here. This makes me want to do my very best for Tony and push myself harder than I ever have. I feel loved and wanted here. I love all our roster deeply." Rhodes has become a familiar face in Ring of Honor, where he currently holds the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship with Sammy Guevara and the Ring of Honor World Six-Man Tag Team Championship with Marshall and Ross Von Erich. While Dustin could find work in WWE, it seems unlikely he'd be featured much unless he was in a program with Cody Rhodes. What do you think of Dustin's decision? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Charlotte Flair returning as a super heel. Our fans may see a much different version of Charlotte Flair, a much darker version when the Queen returns from a lengthy injury-related hiatus. WrestleVotes recently noted her presentation will be different. It'll be more towards the Queen type of gimmick, maybe like a dark Queen, kind of like a little Seth Rollins-esque Flair in her attire. She'll be just turned up a little volume-wise. Charlotte Flair's return to WWE seems imminent, and these rumors suggest that WWE is looking to make sure Flair makes a dramatic impact. Do you think this will be a good fit for Flair? Let us know in the comments. Next up, Penta L0 ready to cause chaos. Speaking of dark turns, recent hype videos for former AEW talent Penta L0 have some fans and pundits speculating that L0 will play to his dark side, something fans saw in Lucha Underground and to a lesser extent in AEW. Pro Wrestling Nexus's Corey tweeted, "So it looks like Penta is coming in as a dark character according to the latest vignette. Whatever the case, it looks like WWE isn't waiting for Penta's brother Rey Fenix's AEW deal to end, and that there could be big things ahead for L0. Next up, a huge CM Punk match announced. Our fans attending the WWE's upcoming holiday live event in Chicago are in for a major match, as it's been reported that CM Punk will go one-on-one with Gunther in a steel cage match. This is major news not only for fans in Chicago, but for the entire WWE universe, because it's likely the warm-up for a program between Punk and the World Heavyweight Champion. The WWE often uses live events for superstars to get ready for a program on TV and or PLE, which means it's very likely that the WWE plans to book these two in the near future. While Punk is currently feuding with Seth Rollins, a Punk vs Gunther match at Elimination Chamber or WrestleMania would be a huge blockbuster. Next up is WWE bringing back the Spinner Belt. Is WWE open to reviving John Cena's legendary Spinner Belt version of the championship? According to the site Deadline, they report that the promotion is open to bringing the belt back if John Cena wins the title during his 2025 retirement tour. While we don't know whether Cena will win the title and break Ric Flair's record of 16 world championships, the WWE's willingness to temporarily revive the classic Winged Eagle Championship makes this a very strong possibility. Would you guys want to see the Spinner Belt back in WWE? Let us know in the comments. Next up, a WWE superstar announces her engagement. Congratulations to Raw superstar Maxine Dupree on a recent engagement to NXT superstar Anthony Luke. Maxine posted a photo of her and her future husband via Instagram, saying status forever. Maxine's colleagues and wrestling fans took to social media to send their well wishes, and so do we here at Wrestlelamia. And finally, will Mexico host a WWE PLE? Now, last but not least, will Mexico host a WWE PLE? WWE VP of Talent Relations and Head of Communications Chris LaGentle commented on the WWE's trend of running more shows outside the US. This year alone, we did more than half of our premium live events outside the US. Look for more of that when we're in partnership with Netflix, because we're going to be working with them hand in hand to select locations across the world where we can grow our audience and hopefully gain some subscribers for them. A cultaholic discussed several WWE superstars arguing for a PLE in Mexico, as several WWE stars have expressed their desire for Mexico to act as a host country, including Santos Escobar and Rey Mysterio. And they noted that Cody Rhodes' wish to see a show in Mexico, and it shouldn't be ruled out as the WWE's repeatedly enjoyed success with its international PLEs, both in terms of public relations and the box office. But there you have it, folks, our look at Raw as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.